Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin has now perfectly hit the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target, and you should really be very careful right now and potentially get ready for a major reversal. Let me show you. Now, you can definitely see the price target we have been talking about for the past few days is right now being hit, and I'm not even joking right here, almost to the exact dollar accuracy. Also, if you are in my free VIP Discord server, you probably know about the golden Fibonacci ratio we have been mentioning right here. I said on 5th of May, Bitcoin is still trading at the golden pocket, and you can now notice the 0.65 Fibonacci retracement level came in at approximately 82,400 US dollar area, almost exactly at our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target. And yes, Bitcoin hit the level almost exactly to the dollar accuracy, and right now for sure we are getting right here a rejection back towards downside. And also, of course, in my previous videos I was saying to you, the only trades I'm going to look to fire are not going to be long positions. The only trade I'm going to look for is going to be another short trade. Yes, right now I am still holding a short position of Bitcoin. It is being currently approximately at the break even, but nevertheless, the short position on Ethereum being already in a very nice profit, and also the short position on XRP being already in a very small profit. And even later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what are going to be our next very important price targets if Bitcoin right here does start going much lower towards downside. But not only that, if you have been watching my videos in the past few days, you probably know that we not only have been talking about the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target, but also we were going right here with the trend-based Fibonacci time. We were saying that we need to measure this entire first push towards the upside and putting the third pivot and measuring this entire rotation back up towards our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level. And you can right to see today is the day. Bitcoin has finally hit the 1-to-1 Fibonacci time. So definitely, not only we are right now trading at a very important price target right here, but also we are right now trading at a very important time. Simply because if we are right here looking for symmetry between the first push up and the second push up right here, this area where we are as right now could potentially right now mean Bitcoin is going to start reversing back towards downside. But not only that, one could right to say to me, bro, Bitcoin is right now not only trading at the 1-to-1 Fibonacci time and the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level, we can right now simply zoom in, let's just say on the 1 hour time frame, to talk about some kind of a bearish pattern. And usually a reversal pattern happens after a major push towards the upside, which is exactly what has right now been happening for the past few days. Let me actually zoom in even further on the 30-minute time frame, where we are going to be identifying the head and shoulders pattern. We can right now say Bitcoin right here got the left shoulder, we got right here the head, and also right now we might even be forming some kind of the right shoulder. Later in the video, I am going to show you why ideally we are not looking for a short or a sell position if this specific head and shoulders pattern right here is going to start breaking down. But nevertheless, overall speaking, a head and shoulders pattern is a reversal pattern, is a bearish pattern, and the price target of this one is going to be also quite low. We go with our trend line, measuring from the head all the way down to the neckline right here and putting the trend line on the potential breakdown. You can now see that the technical target of this specific pattern, it is going to come in at approximately 78,400 US dollars. But again, personally, I'm not really that interested to fire a short or a sell position on the break of our head and shoulders pattern, simply because this specific area right here is a very important one, and later in the video we definitely need to talk about the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. And before we do so, I would really appreciate if you right to smash up the like button, because 700 likes, yes, I do think it is very much possible. And of course also, thank you for subscribing to the channel right here. Let me now show you a very important level I'm right now paying attention to when we do zoom out on the 4-hour time frame. Before then, we do go with the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Now, what we can right to say, Bitcoin for the past few days, I think you're going to agree with me on this one, has been forming beautiful higher highs and higher lows. The uptrend right here, it's actually quite a nice one, and that is right now why for sure we can be talking about a trend line area of support. If the trend line line is potentially going to get broken back down, it is definitely going to be some kind of a bearish Bitcoin indication. So what I'm right now going to do, let's go with our trend line here. We go from our low, connecting all of the higher lows, and you can right now definitely notice some kind of a trend line area of support on Bitcoin. It is coming in quite low if you look like that at approximately $78,500 right here. So this right here, it is by itself already going to be a very important area, and we can say, because of course it is a trend line, potentially if the trend line does get a breakdown, Bitcoin is going to change from an uptrend that we are right to seeing right here on the 4-hourly to simply forming some kind of a downtrend. And not only that our trend line right here, it is coming in at approximately $79,000. Let me right now also enable the high-term time frame areas of support and resistances, and you can now see the daily high-term time frame level, it is coming in approximately at our trend line. So for sure, if broken towards the upside, if Bitcoin right now does start rejecting significantly right here, breaking the trend line, major red flag. In this scenario, for sure, I am looking right here for much lower targets. And you probably know that in my previous videos, I have been talking about a very important liquidity level, simply because exactly at this specific area, Bitcoin has been forming a lot of higher lows. What does it mean? Liquidity being exactly below each low. So that right now simply means if we start rejecting back down, if Bitcoin then also starts breaking our major trendline area of support, the target I'm going to then be paying attention to is going to be very, very low, starting at approximately $73,655. This low right here is a very important one, also because we right to go with our anchored VWAP, we anchor it exactly at this specific low, and you can right to see it is definitely curving towards the upside, being slightly above our liquidity level, but nevertheless, it is also going to be at approximately another daily high-term time frame area of support. So again, we could start rejecting right here, and then if we start breaking our trend line area of support towards the upside, major red flag. In this scenario, we are looking for Bitcoin to actually drop much lower, and in this scenario, all of our short trades on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, also on XRP are probably going to be in an even bigger profit. But also right now, something I want to mention. This specific price target is not the first one I'm going to be paying attention to, simply because right now, of course, you can agree with me, the trendline area of support, it is still the area of support until proven otherwise. And that is right now why, first of all, we need to talk about the first very important level that potentially Bitcoin is going to hit in the upcoming hours, and maybe even right here get another rotation back towards the upside. Also because right now, if we do go with the indicators, let's go with the relative strength index or the RSI, and also let's go with the MACD on the 2-hourly time frame. You can now see that both of those indicators are right now actually forming some kind of a hidden bullish divergence. Bitcoin is, at the moment at least, still forming some kind of higher lows right here, while the RSI, it is getting a push towards the upside, forming a setup for a hidden bullish divergence. Also, the MACD indicator, pretty much the exact same story. Lower lows are being formed on MACD, lower lows on the RSI, higher lows on Bitcoin, which right now simply means, according to those two indicators, we might be looking right here for another rotation back towards the upside. And also right now, if you go with the Adler stochastic CG oscillator on the 4-hourly time frame, this one might even be forming some kind of a double bottom pattern. To be honest, I'm not expecting a bounce from the area where we are. Ideally, we get another very slight push towards the upside, and then we are going to go from there. If the liquidity grab or a swing failure pattern is going to be confirmed, sure, we might even look right here for another rotation back towards the upside. But if there is going to be no liquidity grab right here, no reaction, only in this scenario, we are talking about the head and shoulders pattern and much lower price targets. And that is right why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free $20,000 bonus without KYC and without VPN using the SAC link down below in the description. You click the link right here, you register, and already after initial deposit, you're going to get a beautiful free bonus right here. Also, the more you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get. For example, you can even get a brand new iPhone 17 and an iPhone 17 Pro Max. But also, the better you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get using the first link down below in the description. So, for example, if you're right right now looking for another trade right here, taking an advantage of the free bonus simply does make quite a lot of sense. So let me right to show you exactly what is going to be the first important area of support I'm right to paying attention to on the Bitcoin price itself. Again, remember that right here we might be forming some kind of a head and shoulders pattern. So the logic behind this is actually very, very simple. If we right to get right here another push down, potentially Bitcoin is going to get a lot of people trapped in their short or sell positions because they're going to short exactly at the first very important liquidity level. I'm not saying that this specific level cannot get broken back down. Ideally, of course, we break it down because in this scenario, all of my short trades right here are going to be in an even bigger profit. But the reality is I need to trade from level to level, and also right to knowing Bitcoin is still moving in a very nice uptrend. Yes, we know we hit our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target. We are right now also hitting the 1-to-1 Fibonacci time level right here. So of course, a major rejection back down could potentially start, but only if we right to lose this very important first area of support. And what is this level going to be? Simply, it is going to come in slightly below the area where Bitcoin is at the moment. We are going to identify another liquidity level right here at $80,500. And trust me, this specific level right here is really not a random price target. Let's go right now with the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 3-day time frame. This one is right now for sure showing to us that the biggest liquidations on Bitcoin are not going to be above the recent highs, but actually exactly below the recent lows, where over 128 million of long positions are going to get liquidated. So this level right here, it is right now acting as some kind of a magnet for Bitcoin. And of course, if we hit it right here, we also hit the liquidity level, and then we do get some kind of a reaction back towards the upside. In this scenario, this right here, it is definitely going to be a local bullish Bitcoin indication. If there is no reaction right here at our liquidations cluster, definitely in this scenario, we are looking for lower. And now also what we can do right here, let's zoom out on the 1-week time frame on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, where the story, it is actually going to be very, very similar. The biggest liquidations on Bitcoin are not going to be above the recent highs, but actually exactly below the recent low. So if you look like that, another major liquidations cluster on Bitcoin, it is coming in exactly below those specific lows right here at approximately $77,500. And what I said before to you, where we do have a major trendline area of support at approximately right here, $78,300. So yes, if Bitcoin is going to go directly towards our major liquidations cluster, in this scenario, we are then also going to break our major trendline area of support. So in my opinion, right now, the most local important support level for Bitcoin is definitely going to be this specific liquidity level. If broken back down, head and shoulders pattern is going to get confirmed. Red flag, let's look for lower targets. And then of course also, if we start breaking our major trendline area of support, probably we are going to then expect even lower targets right here on the Bitcoin price. That is right why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free $20,000 bonus, no KYC and no VPN, using the stack link down below. You click the link right here, you register, you deposit, you're already going to get a beautiful free bonus right here. But also, the more you're going to trade and the better you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get using the stack link down below. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.